In 2025, it's a year not of open war, but of quiet, strategic chess moves being played on a global scale. From the secretive developments in East Asia to the advanced naval patrols in the Mediterranean and the invisible drone wars over Europe, the world's balance of power is shifting, and it's happening faster than ever before. This isn't about headlines of battles won and lost. It's about positioning, influence, and a technological arms race that's redefining what it means to be a global power. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on these developments and explore what they mean for our future. Let's start in East Asia, a region always simmering with tension. Recently, North Korea announced a series of new military measures designed to bolster its national security. While the official statements from Pyongyang are, as usual, light on specifics, international defense experts have been piecing together the puzzle. The consensus is that this isn't about aggression, but about modernization. In a neighborhood with South Korea, Japan, and the United States, North Korea is feeling the pressure to keep up. Their strategy seems to be focused on deterrence, making the cost of any potential conflict too high to even consider. It's a delicate dance of survival, a calculated move to maintain a fragile balance of power. They're not looking for a fight. They're trying to ensure they can't be pushed around in a rapidly changing geopolitical landscape. This is a classic example of how modern defense is played, not always with a loud bang, but often with a quiet, strategic upgrade. Now, let's shift our gaze to the sparkling waters of the Mediterranean. If you were sailing there recently, you might have seen a truly incredible sight. The USS Gerald R. Ford, the largest and most technologically advanced aircraft carrier in the U.S. Navy. Its presence there isn't an accident. Military analysts see this deployment as a clear signal, part of a broader American strategy to ensure stability and protect the freedom of navigation in some of the world's most critical sea lanes. Think of it as a projection of power without firing a single shot. The sheer visibility and readiness of a vessel like the Ford sends a powerful message to both allies and potential adversaries. It's a reminder that even in an age of cyber warfare and drones, traditional naval power still plays a crucial role in shaping global events. This isn't about starting a conflict. It's about preventing one by demonstrating overwhelming capability and resolve. It's a floating fortress that represents American influence on the world stage. Meanwhile, away from the high-tech hardware, another, quieter struggle is unfolding in the Middle East. While tensions often dominate the headlines, behind the scenes, there's a continuous, painstaking effort to build peace. Governments and international organizations are deep in discussions, exploring diplomatic channels to de-escalate conflicts and, crucially, improve the humanitarian situation for millions of people trapped in regions of long-term instability. These conversations might seem small and slow-moving, especially compared to dramatic military maneuvers, but they are the essential groundwork for any lasting peace. Every negotiated ceasefire, every aid corridor opened, every diplomatic back-channel established is a small victory. These efforts often go unnoticed, but they represent the hard, unglamorous work of building a more stable future. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most important battles are won not on the battlefield, but at the negotiating table. Let's travel north to Europe, where a completely new kind of security threat has emerged from the skies. This past week, there have been multiple reports of unidentified drones flying in restricted European airspace. This isn't science fiction, it's the new reality of modern security. In response, European nations are racing to build what some are calling a drone defense wall. This isn't a physical wall, but a sophisticated, multi-layered network of advanced detection systems. The goal is to create an invisible shield that can protect critical infrastructure, like airports, power plants, and military bases, from the potential disruption caused by unauthorized or even hostile drones. Analysts see this as a key part of a much wider trend, the rapid evolution of warfare itself. It shows that the front lines of the 21st century aren't just on land or sea, but increasingly in the air right above our heads. This brings us to a bigger point. The very definition of military strength is changing before our eyes. For centuries, a nation's power was measured by the number of tanks, ships, and soldiers it had. But that's no longer the whole story. Today's conflicts are shaped by a nation's ability to control information, its prowess in cyberspace, and its integration of artificial intelligence into its defense operations. We're talking about AI-powered targeting systems, autonomous drones, and cyber attacks that can cripple an entire country's infrastructure without a single shot being fired. This shift is reflected in global spending. According to defense economists, worldwide military expenditure is soaring to near-record levels. But here's the interesting part. More and more of that money is being poured into innovation and technology, rather than just buying more of the same old hardware. This could be the dawn of a new era, one where technological superiority is the ultimate key to deterrence and national security. So, with all this new technology and rising tension, are we on an inevitable path to conflict? Many experts argue the opposite. They emphasize that for all the talk of competition, cooperation remains the most effective path to global stability. The same technologies that can be used for war can also be used for peace. Think about it. Advanced satellite monitoring can verify arms control treaties, secure communication networks can facilitate diplomatic talks, and joint cybersecurity exercises can build trust between nations. Things like international arms control dialogues, joint security drills between former rivals, and international monitoring agreements are more important than ever. They are the guardrails that help manage this intense competition and prevent it from spiraling into open conflict. The goal isn't to eliminate competition. That's probably impossible, but to ensure it remains just that, competition, not catastrophe. As we look back, 2025 might be remembered not for the wars that started, but for how incredibly close the world came to them. And more importantly, how a combination of diplomacy, technology, and sheer restraint managed to keep the peace. It shows that for every new weapon developed, there's a new diplomatic channel being opened. For every show of force, there's a quiet negotiation happening behind the scenes. It's a constant, delicate balancing act. The story of global security is never just about power. It's also about perspective. It's about how nations choose to see each other, as permanent rivals or as potential partners. How we adapt to these new challenges, how we communicate with each other, and how we choose to use the incredible technologies at our disposal will determine whether this century is defined by conflict or by cooperation. The future is unwritten, and the choices we make today will decide the world we live in tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the state of our world. It's a complex picture, but understanding it is the first step towards shaping a better future. If you found this analysis insightful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content that goes beyond the headlines. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay curious and stay informed.